What is up, guys? This is Bullshot, back again with another Call of Duty mobile video. I hope you guys are having a fantastic day, and I hope you guys are enjoying the new Season 3 update so far. So in today's video, I am going to be covering my updated sensitivities and the other important settings for the Season 3 Battle Royale. I have changed my field of view settings and a bunch of other sensitivity values, and this new setup is providing me with some insanely accurate performance inside of the Battle Royale. Although I myself am a full-time gyroscope player. But I can totally assure you, even the non-gyroscope players can implement these settings as well. Make sure to stick to the end of this video, as it is going to be extremely helpful for my fellow viewers. Now, if this is your first time here in my channel, then be sure to press the subscribe button and turn on post notifications so you never miss any update on my channel. I make some great tips and tricks videos and make some insanely powerful gunsmith loadouts for the Battle Royale. And trust me, you don't want to miss out any of my custom build. You can also follow me on Instagram for some extra spicy contents, and you can join my Discord server for exclusive tips and to get direct access to all of my gunsmith builds. Links will be provided in the description. Anyways, with that being said, let's get right into the video. First, I am going to be starting with the basic settings of the Battle Royale. The primary settings are pretty much the same as they were before the previous season update. But there are some new things added in the previous Season 2 update. Just the overall interface has been changed so far. Although I already have discussed every single option in my previous sensitivity video, I am still going to cover them, just for the sake of the fresh players. The fast scope switch allows you to change optics with a drop-down menu, which only works if you carry more than one optic attachment. I personally never use any optic other than the classic red dot sight, that's why I am not using this option. The slide hint is totally an optional choice, it basically shows you a slide button instead of a crouch button when you are sprinting. The shotgun hit reminder also is an optional choice, as it doesn't affect anything to the gameplay, it just shows you the placements of the bullets fired from a shotgun. The automated armor repair allows you to continuously upgrade your armor until the health points of the armor reaches to 150 points. I personally do not like to use this option because it becomes extremely unpredictable to use in the middle of engagements. Rest of the settings are pretty reasonable. Now, in the Battle Royale, I am currently using the tap and hold option to aim down sight for better versatility in the middle of the battlefield, and most importantly, I am gradually switching to 4 fingers claw, and I've become extremely comfortable with this option. Other than that, I use the one-tap slide option. The always sprint option is a very important thing, as it helps to slide flawlessly without going crouch. I have been using maximum field of view in both of my perspectives. It matches with my sensitivity values pretty easily, and I don't see any changes coming anytime soon. That's pretty much it for the basic settings of the Battle Royale. In the graphic settings, I personally use the graphics quality on the low or the medium option. Although my device has support for higher options, but it gets extremely hotter on anything over the medium quality, and the frame starts to drop pretty drastically once I play more than a few matches. But for the frame rate, I'll recommend you to use the maximum settings every single time, as this is a first-person shooter/online battle royale, and for any online FPS title, the frame rate has to be the most important factor in the game. Now for the rest of the options. Before the release of the update, I used to run the depth of field option, but after the release of the Season 2 update, everything other than the shadows option are pretty much gone from the medium graphics settings. But trust me, that won't be any problem regarding your gameplay. And for the shadows option, I personally keep it always on because it gets me perfect awareness against the airborne users. And lastly, my Battle Royale graphic style is set on realistic mode because for me, it is the most comfortable mode to play, and it gives me a Black Ops kind of vibes, to be honest. In the audio settings, I have kept everything pretty much the same except the UI volume and the in-game music. Decreasing the UI volume to 50% is extremely user-friendly for me, and I think you should apply this to your audio settings as well. It will reduce the tap sounds when you press any button while playing the Battle Royale. Now in the settings of the special effects, I have been using the pink electrical flash or the battlefield smoke effect. Although it is a cosmetic thing after all, which depends totally on your personal preference. You can use whatever you wish to, but for the get hit hint effect, I'll be suggesting you to use something dynamic like the pink or the red one. There is nothing much important to discuss in the loot settings. Here is my armor formation for different sorts of armors. Using kinetics while engaging enemies can be a huge pain in the ass. That's why, me personally, always try to stick to the blue and the black armor plates. But that's totally up to your choice. And for the optics, I personally never use anything other than the classic red dot sights or the holographic sights. I usually don't recommend you to use any kind of optics in close range encounters. I am using the red dot sight with my weapons just because it feels more user-friendly in the long-range ADS engagements. But keep this one thing in your mind, you should never use any optics with the shotguns or submachine guns, as they are made only for close-quarter combats, and any optic will just decrease your overall mobility, which is a very necessary factor in close-range engagements. But one thing that I want to recommend you, it's very necessary to carry some lethal grenades and some tactical grenades. It doesn't matter whatever your storage formation is, you have to equip at least 3 Nova gases and 3 cluster grenades in order to counter the enemy tanks and the Trapmaster campers in the buildings. Also, you must carry a set of smoke grenades, as they will be super helpful whenever you need to get out from a risky situation. And lastly, here is complete formation of the modification attachments for all sorts of weapons. And now, before we get to discuss my updated sensitivity settings for the Season 2 Battle Royale, I want you to have a look on some of my gameplay clips. With this, you're gonna have some approximate idea about the speed of my play style and how I manage to deal with my enemies in close range engagements. Another thing I want to mention before sharing my sensitivity values, which is, I am currently using a Redmi Note 8 Pro, which has screen size of 6.5 inches. And my sensitivity values may or may not be exactly accurate for you. That's why I am suggesting you to carefully observe my movements and my accuracy throughout this entire gameplay session. And I'll see you after the final kill with all the values of the sensitivity settings.
Chip terminal is almost ready. Airdrop has been delivered. The safe zone is collapsing. Airdrop incoming. Teams are eliminated. The revived flight will arrive in 1 minute.
As you guys have noticed, I have a moderately fast movement speed, which is pretty easier to adapt. And most of the time, I use the gyroscope to control the recoil of my weapons. Now, for the Battle Royale, I use speed acceleration in the rotation mode with a value of 130. You can keep it between 90 to 100, which is by far the most user-friendly spot and works flawlessly with the default or the maximum value of the field of view. Currently I am using 130 because of the boosted FOV and third-person perspective. It matches perfectly with the speed of my movements, and along with my highly accurate gyroscope setup, it can provide you with some extremely optimized performance. For the sensitivity switch settings, I recommend you to use third option, which is gradually switching while aiming down sight. And now, the most important part, here are all the sensitivity values for the Battle Royale. Feel free to pause the video, take some screenshots, and note down every single values. Just keep one thing in mind. According to your play style, you can make some changes here and there in the general and the firing sensitivity. But I recommend you not to make any changes to the gyroscope values because it is extremely calculated for a moderately fast play style, specifically for the mobile players. And trust me when I say, it will give you some aimbot level accuracy for all sorts of ranges possible. And here is my 3/4 fingers HUD layout for the Battle Royale. It's a pretty basic 4-finger setup, which is extremely easy to adapt. I normally play with 3 fingers in general. However, for being a tap and hold to ADS user, I just use the scope button with my right index finger, and that's the only job for my 4th finger. Anyways, that's basically it for today's video. I hope you have enjoyed today's contents. It would be greatly appreciated if you drop a like and share this with your teammates. And if you are new here, then don't forget to press the subscribe button and turn on post notifications. I upload some pretty helpful tips and tricks videos and make some pretty powerful Gunsmith loadouts for the Battle Royale. And trust me, you don't want to miss out any of my custom build. Follow me on Instagram and join my Discord server for exclusive tips and more awesome content. Links are provided in the description. Alright then, have a great day. I'll catch you at the next one with another new amazing video for the Battle Royale. Till then, take care. Bulls out.